everyone, Marlene here, aka Snow Gardener 307. I want to welcome everybody. We are going to be doing the budget for my husband's first paycheck of March. We're going to be stuffing his sinking funds and also putting money into the cash dividers and giving him his spending money. So, first of all, for those of you guys that have never been here before, like I said, my name is Marlene, and I am a working mother of 2 teenagers, and I am a newlywed. I live in a very small town in Wyoming, and I started my budgeting journey in April 2020. So we're coming up on our year anniversary since we have decided to kick debt's butt. And you'll have to stay tuned next month to see how we did for the entire year. I do want to give you guys an update on Fred, right? For those of you guys that have been here before, Fred is not looking amazing, you guys. Let me turn him sideways so you can see. I mean, you can see he's got a couple things there. But look at this. Just not good. Somebody had suggested that I put an ice cube in him every single week. So I'm going to go ahead and try that. But I'm wondering truly if it's not that there's just not enough soil. So when he does dry out, but I don't know. Let's keep our fingers crossed that we can keep Fred alive. Now let's get to the budget. And just so you guys know, I am partaking of a glass of water, as some of my friends call it, in a very fancy glass. So I did account for it for my weight loss friends, my Weight Watcher friends. I did use points for it. So the first paycheck for my husband is from today. And let's get rid of all that stuff from Fred on here. His payday is March 11th. And he gets paid every 2 weeks. I only get paid once a month. And I know a lot of you guys have already been watching my videos, but I know I'm always getting new subscribers. So I want to tell you guys that my husband and I each brought our own debt into the marriage. So we keep our finances separate for that reason. We are each working on our own debt. We do, of course, combine incomes to pay household bills and stuff like that. Another thing I want to let you guys know about is that my husband and I, we do not share our exact income amounts. I will tell you that this paycheck bill tracker, which is, of course, a printable insert from the Budget Mom, if you guys have never seen these before, it includes his paycheck, it includes rollover money, and it also includes some miscellaneous money. So we've got those 3 things that are going in, and that is going to give us $3,162.01 to do our budget today. So let's go ahead and get started with his bills. So for my husband's bills, this is a credit card, a Simmons credit card, and it is due on the 13th. That's the first one. And the budgeted amount that I budget for this one is $60. And then his mortgage has went down. And you know what? I'm going to do something a little bit different. I changed my mind. We are going to give you the amounts that I've actually paid. And then at the end of the week, I'm going to try to do a check-in so that you guys can see exactly how we end up. This is a new thing, so we'll see if I like it or not. The mortgage is due on the 14th. Sorry, so Simmons was $45.65, and the mortgage went down, which was really nice. So it's $1,435.37. And then his Citibank is obviously another credit card that he is working on paying off. Just so you guys know, the Simmons and the Citibank, they are just getting minimum payments at this time because we are doing a debt snowball to another one of his cards. The minimum on the Citibank was $76.23. Then we have our property payment. And for our property, just so you guys know, we just had to refinance this so that my husband could afford the payment. And it is $279.19. We purchased 6 acres of property over 5 years ago. It was 3 2-acre parcels, and our dream was to build a house on that property. Then, of course, life happened. So we have almost got the property paid off, and so we're keeping it. We're not doing anything with it. Some people have suggested that we sell the property to finish paying our debt off, but we are almost there, and we still are utilizing the property. Obviously, it does not have any sort of structures on it, but we do have camper out there. We have snow machines out there. My husband has all kinds of stuff out on our property. So that is not going to be going away anytime soon. Then my husband's Xbox payment, and this is due on the 19th, and it was $15.59. And then Capital One. Now, this Capital One is the card that he is doing his snowball to. Just so you know, he has already made a couple payments to the Capital One this month, but his minimum payment for the Capital One is $37. So we're going to just leave it there, and then when we do any extra debt, we will put it over here in the extra debt. So let's go ahead and get these added up. So we have $45.65 plus $14.35.37 plus $76.23 plus $279.19 plus $15.59 and $37. So that makes our bill total $1,889.03. And we're going to go ahead and subtract that from $3,162.01. So that gives us $1,272.98. So let's go ahead and transfer this down here. Perfect. And then my husband, each week, he determined these two amounts for himself. He gives himself an allowance or spending money or fun money or whatever you want to call it. And he does $25 every 2 weeks. Then for his fuel for his truck, he does $75 every 2 weeks. And I know a lot of people, their gas budgets are going up. And a lot of people, I know it can hurt their budgets. Here in our community, we are super happy to see the gas prices moving back up because our main source of revenue in the county that I live in is the oil and gas fields. And we are seeing in the state of Wyoming extreme budget cuts. And of course, this is affecting our school system. And it's affecting my job as well. I work for the county, and so we have just been put on a hiring freeze, and also no bumps in pay, which we haven't had one in several years anyway. But they're also talking about taking away overtime and stuff. So that's going to affect my budget immensely as far as that goes. So it's amazing the trickle effect, and it's just interesting to see how we're going to deal with that. So these two right here, just so you guys know. My husband does not have an envelope or a cash divider or anything. I just put these on his dresser, and then when he's home, he puts it into his wallet. He's actually out of town right now. And then each of us put into our pet fund, and we put $75 a month in for our pets. We have 3 cats and 3 dogs, so it's $150 a month. And we have some in our sinking fund as well, our pet sinking fund. And I have just scheduled our newest puppy, Loki. He was one of Athena's babies, and Athena is our female Yorkie. And I've just scheduled Loki's next set of shots, and I've also scheduled Athena for her next doctor's appointment. And so I would imagine that our sinking fund is going to take a $350 to $400 hit. But that's what we have it there for. Then our home fund, we each put $50 in a month, and this is to pay for any sort of expenses to have to do with the home, whether it is home remodeling or anything like that. I'm trying to think of what else, and I can't think of anything else. And then we do have a miscellaneous fund, and we each put $25 into this. This is a catch-all. It's a $50 catch-all that we have every single month. It's not a huge catch-all, but it just gives us that little, sense of peace and knowing that, hey, we've got $50 if something happens and the you-know-what hits the fan. So let's go ahead and add these up right here. We've got 25 and 75 and 20. Oops. Let's try again. 25 plus 75 plus 75 plus 50 plus 25. So that gives us 250. And let's go ahead and subtract that from the 1272.98. And that gives us $1,022.98 left. Let's go ahead and transfer this up here to the sinking funds. And so that gives us $1,022.98 to have right here to go into our sinking funds, our extra debt, and our extra savings. And I am actually going to be making my own PDF I just need to find the time to do it. I am probably going to put it on my Etsy store. I'm making it for myself, just so you guys know. I get paid once a month, and this many lines right here is not enough for me. It's not even enough a lot of times for my husband, who gets paid, every 2 weeks. So let's go ahead and get into his funds and talk about his funds. So he pays the garbage. So he puts in $12 every single month. He pays for Disney Plus, and he puts in $3. And if I just said a month on garbage, I apologize. $12 every paycheck, $3 every paycheck for Disney Plus. Amazon, he does $5 a paycheck. PlayStation, he does $5 a paycheck. His truck, we are only going to be putting $20 into this fund this time, because he is fully funded for the expenses he needs right now. He's going to continue putting into it though. Land tax, he is going to be putting $16 in. And then his per diem sinking fund, he is going to be putting $245 into. And for those of you guys that aren't familiar with per diem is the money that my husband gets paid when he is out of town. We don't want to use that money for bills if we can help it. And so we have started a sinking fund for him so that he takes cash with him when he leaves to go work out of town. And so, of course, this right here would be the work that he was already out of town, but it will pay for the next time he goes out of town. And then he's not using his debit card or credit card, and it works very well. And then for his giving fund, he is going to go ahead and add in $10. So let's go ahead and add those up. So we've got 12 plus 3 plus 5 plus 5 plus 20 plus 16 plus 245 plus 10. And then I just realized something else that I forgot to put in the budget, but I think I'll put it down here in extra savings. So that gives us $316 for those funds. So we've got $1,022.98. We'll take out $316. I couldn't figure out why I had so much money still. That's why I knew something was going on. And then, so for the debt snowball, my husband's debt snowball is $25. And that's all he's going to be putting towards his debt snowball this time. So we're going to go ahead and take out 25. So that will give him, his extra debt total right there will just be 25. And I say just, but you guys know how it adds up, every penny. And like I said, he's already made 2 payments to his debt already this month, and it's only the 11th. So that leaves us with $681.98. And I am going to put something down here that I'm not sure where I should have put it. It's not really a savings, just so you guys know. It would be more like a sinking fund, but I didn't get the cash out for it. So Jackson Hole Hill Climbs. It is something that we are going to be going to, and we are going to allow ourselves $500. That is for the weekend. It is quite an expense, but it's something that got canceled last year that we were supposed to go to. And for those of you guys that aren't familiar with the hill climbs have to do with snow machining. And it is where people take their snow machine and they climb up one heck of a hill. And in Jackson Hole, it's right there at the Snow King Resort in Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And it is so much fun, and it's a weekend that we do, so that will be hotel, that'll be food, that'll be alcohol. They also have snow machine gear that will be at a discounted rate, and my husband needs a new avalanche beacon, and those are usually a couple $100. And so we are giving ourselves $500 for that. And then the last thing on here is just going to be his rollover. And so that's $181.98 is going to be our rollover. And like I said, this is probably not the best place to put it, but I don't want it, I didn't get cash out, so I don't have a sinking fund for it. I probably should have just done that, and maybe I will. But I wanted to put it on this paycheck because this is where it's coming out of. And so this is my husband's bills for his first paycheck of the month. And now I'm going to go ahead and do our cash breakdown so that I can go to the bank. So we are going to do it for this paycheck right here, which is March 11th. And we are going to maintain our color, which is our green. And if you guys are not familiar with why I highlight, please feel free to go back and review some of my other videos. I have all kinds. It's amazing how many I have been able to make. So we're going to go through and we're going to do our categories. We're going to start right here with allowance. So we have got allowance and gas and pet and home and miscellaneous. So allowance is 25, gas is 75, pet is 75, home is 50, and miscellaneous is 25. Then we're going to go ahead and break these down really quick so that I don't have as many to break down, because I seem to like to make mistakes. And it sounds like the puppies are getting ready to play. See, there's barking. Hey, stop. So we've got 120, 15, 150, 120, and 15 there. 75 for pet, a 50, a 20, and a 5. $50 for home, 150. Miscellaneous, almost messed up, a 20 and a 5. And that is exactly what I like to do. I have to make sure that I'm paying attention to what is going on. And so now we'll go ahead and go through the next categories. I can't spell. I was trying to put G-A-R-B-G. I forgot the A there. Garbage is $12. So we've got 110 and we've got 2 ones. And then we're going to go ahead and do Disney Plus. We're going to do $3 there. So 3. Then we're going to do Amazon. And this is 5. And a lot of people ask me why I don't, just take these out of my husband's pay once a month instead of every 2 weeks. His pay varies so much that it is much easier for me to pay the bills if I have less money coming out of his check for sinking funds and for cash envelopes. So this is the way that it seems to be working, and it seems to be working very well, just so you guys know. And that way I don't have to worry about if all of a sudden the check that the envelopes are supposed to come out of, or the sinking funds, is short. We're not cutting out those important things. And then land tax, we're going to do 16. So we're going to do a 10, a 5, and a 1. Then for per diem, we're going to do $245. So we're going to do 2 100s, 2 20s, and a 5. And then for giving, we are going to do $10 and get 110. And that is what we need from the bank. Now we need to make sure that I didn't make mistakes. So let's carry these down. So we have got, put those together, 2 $100 bills for $200. We have got 3 50s for $150. Then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 20s. And that would be $140. Then we've got 1, 2, 3 10s for $30. And we've got 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 5s. And that would be $40. And we have 6 ones for $6. So in order to make sure that this is correct, I need to add this column up, and then I need to add these up. And if they match, then we've done good. If they don't match, then I've done something wrong, and I will find it. So let me grab my calculator here, and I'll go ahead and fast forward you guys through this.
Silent music and shimmering gold, the strangest feeling about to explode.
Good news, everyone. It does add up. So we have $566 that we are going to be stuffing. So let me get one of my Budget Mom sticky notes here, and let's go ahead and transfer these on. So we have six $1 for $6. Fives, we have 8 for $40. Tens, we have 3 for $30. Then we've got 7 20s for $140. We've got 3 50s for $150 and 2 100s for $200. And that equals $566. Okay, so I will be going to the bank. I'll take this to the bank and then I'll be right back. All right, everyone, I am back from the bank. I have got my slip that I gave the teller. I'm just going to go ahead and put this on the bottom of my list. I do maintain them, and I ripped the envelope when I was double checking the money. So let's go ahead and get this money out of here. I did not make change or anything out of my sinking funds this time, so I just went to the bank and got exactly what I needed. So let's make sure I've got what I actually need before we get started doing any of this. So we need two $100 bills. So we've got 100, 200. We need 3 50s, 1, 2, and 3 for 150. We need 7 20s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for 140. We need 3 10s, 1, 2, and 3 for 30. We need 8 5s, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. So 8 5s equals 40. And we need $6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, so we've got that. Everything is correct. That's always a good feeling. I'm going to go ahead and put this slip off to the side, and we're going to put this one where you guys can see it. And this is always my challenge, to try to get the money on here along with everything that we need to see. So we'll put our couple hundreds up there. We'll do our 50s. I can't imagine not cash stuffing my envelopes and not doing cash now that I do it, you guys. Let's see. Let me go ahead and move this out a little bit because I think we're in a little bit too close. And that's just my cash breakdown. So let's move that off to the side. Is that a little better? I hope so. So 10s, 50s, 20s, and then we've got some 10s, and we've got our 5s and our 1s, which we will just put off to the side here. 5s. Let's go ahead and scooch us this way. There we go. We'll make it work. 5s and 1s. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and put those 10s right there too. And then that will make it so everybody can see everything. I was just watching some cash stuffing videos last night, and everybody has those fancy trays, and they're so pretty, and it makes me want one, but I'm just going to stick old school. Oh, I tell you what, it's so sad. I'm going to stick old school. All right, so we're going to go ahead and do our sinking funds first, since you guys can see them right here. For you guys who have never seen one of my videos before, let me show you how I do my sinking funds. So this right here is my accordion file. I got it on Amazon, and one of my good friends, Kat Ritz, was just asking me about how my cash stays in place in this, and it does very well. You know, you would expect it to like slide around, but even as I'm doing this, I cannot feel anything moving around, just so you guys know. So thanks, Kat, for the comment. You guys make sure you go check out her channel. She is doing amazing. She's got some amazing savings challenges. So if you guys love savings challenges, go check her channel out. So this is my accordion file, and I'm sure I'm going to mess up the cash below it, but I do want to show you guys. It is not a really large one. I wanted a smaller one because it needs to fit into my safe. I need to still make some more labels because we have added more accounts. But if you look in here, you can see that there are several categories with cash in all of them. And it just makes it so easy. They're all together. So I don't actually have any envelopes, just so you guys know, because I do cash dividers, and then I have got my accordion file. And I am so proud of myself, you guys, that I actually remembered the word accordion file. I can't say it, but I remembered it. So let's go ahead and start with garbage. Let me pull this one out. And the accordion file, just so you guys know, it came from my good friend Jess over at J Whackers. Some of you guys have probably watched her channel before. If you haven't, make sure you head on over there. So garbage, we are going to be adding $12, and anytime I add money into my account or take it away, I like to count it because I like to make a lot of mistakes, you guys. So for our garbage, we should have $31. So let's make sure 10, 11, 11. Oh my gosh, see the mistakes I'm making already? 10, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and 31. So we've got $31, and today is 3/11, and we are going to be adding $12, which is going to give us $43. Then I'm going to go ahead and flip this over and put $43 up at the top and write garbage. Just so you guys know, these are some trackers that were with some envelopes that I had gotten quite a while ago, and I don't like to waste anything, so I will finish using these out. You guys will see in the other funds what I use currently. So we need $43 in our garbage, so let's go ahead and grab $12. So 10, 11, and 12. We got lots of ones in here. All right, here we go. 10, 20. I messed it up. Try again. 10, 20, 30, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, and 43. All right, so there is my garbage. Go ahead and put that away. And then every time that I do anything on my paycheck bill tracker or my cash envelope breakdown, I like to highlight it. This way I know that it is done. So garbage, $12, it is done. Then we're gonna go ahead and grab out my husband's subscriptions. And we're gonna start with Disney Plus. And I can tell that Disney Plus must be coming up due because we've got $95 in this account right now. And so let's go ahead and count it and make sure we've got 95. We've got 20, 40, 45, 40. I can't count today, you guys. Let's try again. 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So $95, and we're going to be adding $3 into this account. So 1, 2, and 3. And that will give us $98. And today is 3/11. And plus 3 equals 98. And I'm sure you guys recognize these trackers. These are the Budget Mom trackers. And again, I'm just using what I have. I do not plan on purchasing any more trackers. I spend enough money on my stickers and on my Happy Planner stuff that I've decided that trackers are not something I'm going to be buying anymore. So let's go ahead and count this again. 20, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, and $98. Perfect. So Disney Plus is stuffed. I don't know about you guys, but, you know, taking $3 out of a paycheck really doesn't affect our budget. But all of a sudden, when Disney Plus comes due and it's a $100 bill, it's a lot harder to have that than it is to just miss a couple bucks. Then we're going to go ahead and do Amazon next. Here's the Amazon card. So we are going to be doing a deposit. We're going to be adding $5, so we should have $27. Let's go ahead and count it. So we've got 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, 22, and then we're going to go ahead and grab a 5 and add it in there. Make sure we've got 27 now. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, and 27. Amazon is all done. Then we're going to do PlayStation. And PlayStation, I'm pretty sure, is coming up due as well. I can't remember how much it is a year, but it is $90 in here so far. And so 3/11, and we're going to go ahead and add $5 in, so that will give us $95. But let's make sure we've got $90 in here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, and 90. Perfect. And let's go ahead and add another 5 and make sure we've got 95. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90, and 95. So PlayStation. So all of my husband's subscriptions are taken care of. Then we're going to go ahead and grab his truck sinking fund. And because my husband has been out of town so much, he really has not had a chance to even think about getting tires. But of course, if you're not driving your vehicle, then it is not a huge deal. So here's my husband's truck sinking fund. And this is what I now do. And I got this idea from Jess at Jaywhackers as well. I was like, you know what a great idea. Just go to the dollar store, pick up a pack of cards, index cards and call it good. And then you can put anything in there you want. So we should have 1,065. And today is 3/11, and we are depositing, and we are putting $20 in today. So that will give us $1,085. Let's make sure we have 1,065 before we grab another 20 though. 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700. So 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, 950, 1,000, 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, and 65. Then we're going to go ahead and grab one of these 20s and get it put in the right spot. And we're going to count it one more time because that's what we're here to do, is make sure everything is correct. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 700, 750, 800, 850, 900, 950, 1,000, 20, 40, 50, 60, 70, 75, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, and 85. And so my husband will be buying tires out of this fund. He has already got his license plates. So nice when you get that stuff paid for. Then we're going to go ahead and stuff our land tax. And our land tax is coming up due, so I know that we've almost got enough. Well, it's due in May, but I like to pay it the month before. I always like to be a month before. So we owe $377.72, and it's due May 10th of 21. And right here we have $352. So let's make sure. 100, 200, 250, 300, 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, and 52. So 352, and then we're going to go ahead and add $16 for my husband. We each put a total of $32 a month into this sinking fund so that we have got enough. And so that gives us $368. Not quite there yet, but by the next paycheck for my husband, we will be, and I will get this paid for. So we need to grab $16, a 10, a 5, and a 1, and that's all of our ones. So $16. Let's go ahead and get this shuffled in here where it goes. And then let's count it. So 368. 100, 200, 250, 300, 320, 330, 340, 350, 355, 360, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. 368. Almost there for land taxes. And before we did this, we would just have to come up with, in the past it's been over $400, and we'd have to do that every 6 months. That'd be $200 a piece. That really wreaks havoc on your budget, especially when you're living paycheck to paycheck. And of course, I budget paycheck to paycheck now, but I don't feel like I'm living paycheck to paycheck. Me personally, I have a month ahead savings fund that I don't actually count as my emergency fund. I call it my month ahead fund. And all that is I have 1 month of money that will pay my bills for 1 month. My emergency money is on top of that. So per diem, we're going to go ahead and do $245. So here is his per diem card right here. You can see that we just took out $386. Like I said, he just left town. He was gone for several days, came back for 1 day, and then left again. So he still has all of that money. We're going to go ahead and add this money here so that he can make sure he has the money he needs to eat. And once he is done going out of town, if that happens, before he used to not go out of town as much as he is right now. If he has excess in this, we will probably move it to one of his other sinking funds. He does want to create a sinking fund for himself to make some purchases. So per diem, $245. Let's go ahead and grab that. So we need 2 100s, 2 20s, and a 5. So we've got 100, 200, 220, 240, and 245. And then the last sinking fund for my husband is his giving fund. So let me find it. This is one I don't have a label for, so I have to remember where I have put it in his folder. I really need to get a label because I've moved it around a couple times. Let's see, is it there? Maybe we're going to stuff it if I can find it. Let me put this on my lap so that I can see it a little bit better. Oh, I know why I can't find it. I've already taken it out. So this is my husband's giving fund right here. We do not keep track of how much money we put into our giving fund or how much comes out of it. If we need to give it to somebody to help them or for fundraiser or for whatever, that's what this money is for. I am amping up my giving fund because I want to be able to adopt a family for Christmas this year. I want to not only be able to buy presents and such, but I would love to be able to buy groceries and things for a family that's in need. And so we're going to go ahead and add $10 to my husband's giving fund. And we shall put that back where it goes. That's why I couldn't find it, because I had already pulled it out. So $10 for the giving fund. All right, so we've got some 20s, some 50s, and some 5s left to go ahead and do these right here. So let me go ahead and close up my sinking funds, get those out of the way. And I'm going to go ahead and grab my wallet. For those of you guys that have never watched a video, this is my wallet that I carry. For those of you guys that have already watched a video, isn't it cute? I still love it so much. This was a Christmas present from my husband. It is a Fossil, and I got the wallet and I got the purse that matches it. And it was gently used, gently loved by somebody else first, so he got an amazing deal on it. And this is where we keep our cash. And so these are my cash dividers. So let me go ahead and pull those out. So I need to pull out home and miscellaneous. And then I just realized I just put my sinking funds away. But pets, I don't carry with me everywhere. I should start putting pet over on the sinking fund. I think I should. I think I'm going to do that on the next one. If I remember, the bad thing is when you're creating these, you do one and then you try to do the next one. So let's go ahead and do a deposit into the pet fund. So we're going to go ahead and do deposit of $75. And our pet sinking fund has seen a lot of action this month. This has all been within this week. But for right now, we should have $580 in there. We're going to be adding 75. That is $655. So let's make sure we've got 580. 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 500, 550, 70, 75, and 80. Then we're going to go ahead and add in another 75. And I do think I need to move that because my idea at first was that I was going to be carrying the pet money around with me, but I don't want to carry this much around with me. I don't think in the beginning that I thought that I was going to be having this much money, because I was thinking, oh, it's just going to be for their pet food and their litter and stuff. But we order that online now, so there's no real reason to have the money in my possession. So $655. 100, 200, 300, 400, 450, 500, 550, 600, 20, 40, 45, 50, and 55. So 655. And like I said, not this upcoming week, but the week after that, we've got some vet appointments. So that is going to be going down. But that is why we put money in there, right? To pay for the necessities. And pets are so expensive. And it's one of those things that if you have pets, hopefully you can afford them. All right, so I did that kind of out of order. So let me go ahead and make sure I highlight pet there. Then we are going to go ahead and we're going to get my husband's allowance money. Like I said, he has no envelopes. He has nothing like that. So 20 and 5. So 25 for his allowance. And then for his fuel, we've got a 50, a 20, and a 5. So 50, 75. So I am going to take this $100 and put it on his dresser for him. So $100. So we have done the allowance and the gas. Then we are going to go ahead and stuff the home fund. So let me grab the divider. So these are my cash dividers here. I absolutely love them. Crystal, with What Was Mommy Thinking, made these for me. She does have an Etsy shop, so you can check that out. Very wonderful. I love the clear ones. She made me another set, but I love the clear ones so much that I just keep using them. And then I do just keep my cards with it. So we are going to go ahead and do a deposit. And we are going to put $50 in there. So that's going to give us $75. And I am sorry if you guys can hear the puppies. So we are going to grab a 50. We're going to add it to the existing 25. So 50, 70, and 5. All right. Then we are going to go ahead and stuff our last one. And this is our fun/miscellaneous. Let me go ahead and highlight that 50. And then luckily I have done it right because we should have $25 and we've got 120 and 15 left. So let me go ahead and highlight that as well. And we will get this added. So I put 25 in, he put 25 in. So we've got $50 in there now. I just need to write on my card that it's a deposit and it was plus 25, and that gives us $50. And then I will put these back in my wallet. And a lot of people have asked me, you know, like, well, what about if your husband needs home money? Or what about if your husband needs fun or miscellaneous money? Because he doesn't have any. If he uses his card or something like that, I reimburse him or I will pay the card off right away. I have changed the way that I do things as far as for my sinking funds. I used to keep all of the money in my wallet until the end of the month, and then I would deposit it all, and then I would pay each of the bills that we needed to pay. I have found that if I kept the money in my wallet, if I wanted something, I would use the cash. And then all of a sudden I didn't have the cash to pay. So for example, out of my allowance, I just ordered some stickers from Sarah Marie from her Etsy shop. And, I spent, I don't know, $38 or something. So before I used to just put that $38 in there and it would be in my wallet along with all the rest of the money for any other expenditures we had. Now I used my checking account and I just deposited that money right into the bank as soon as I could without carrying it around. Same thing for Sam's Club. I just had a $200 Sam's Club order. I had $200 that I pulled out of the sinking fund and I put it into my bank divider. I took that $200 to the bank and then paid Sam's right away. I don't want to mess around with carrying balances. I don't want to spend the money. I thought that it was a bad habit that was going to get me in trouble. So these right here, these are set in stone. There will be nothing left over of these before we do the next paycheck, just so you guys know. So I don't plan on doing anything else with these categories right here because there will be nothing coming out of those sinking funds. And if there's anything left in these, we do these for a month. So these are the actual amounts. Now, for my bills, once I pay these bills and I double check to make sure these are the right dollar amounts, I'll go ahead and put the actual amount in here. And then I will highlight this part. I don't highlight the actual until the bill has cleared the account that it needs to come out of. This has saved my hiney before. How many of you guys have thought that you've paid a bill before and you could have swore you have like this vivid memory that, you know what, I know I paid Citibank. I remember paying them. I paid all the other bills, yada, yada. And then all of a sudden, maybe you get a text reminder or an email saying your bill is due in 5 days and you haven't paid it. Or you get the dreaded, your bill is late. So that is why I take that extra step. All right, everyone. That is it for my husband's first paycheck of the month. I hope you enjoyed this cash stuffing, and I look forward to talking to you guys the next time. I'm going to go ahead and highlight these because I did all of those, and I'm going to say my goodbyes. I hope you guys have a blessed day, and I hope all of your finances are doing amazing. Until next time, I'll see you guys later. Bye.